Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Abdul Aziz, oncologist. CBC, as you all know, is the basic investigation of any of your patient who comes to you, irrespective of his complaint and irrespective of his differential diagnosis. CBC is a basic investigation. Most of us and most of the time it is done. And there are some problem in the simple interpretation of this CBC, especially for our junior colleague. Especially when there is some important abnormality in the CBC. So I will share with you some very simple steps how to diagnose an acute leukemia from a CBC with peripheral blood film. Because you know the acute leukemia is a very serious condition and it needs urgent diagnosis and treatment if we have to save the patient. If we delay the diagnosis, the prognosis of acute leukemia worsens. That's why most of the time in peripheral areas, acute leukemia patients, they die before they reach a hematologist. And most common reason is because of the delay in the diagnosis. And maybe the initial practitioner missed some important points in the CBC. So I will share with you some very important basic steps how to diagnose acute leukemia from a CBC report. So first we see, as you all know, we will see the WBC, hemoglobin and platelet count. If the WBC count is high, and in acute leukemia, most of the time it varies between 20,000 to even 200, 300,000. Then we look for, if the WBC count is high, we will look for hemoglobin. And the hemoglobin is low. Most of the time in acute leukemia, the hemoglobin will be low. And this will be normochromic, normocytic anemia. The third thing we look for in CBC is platelet count, and this platelet count also in acute leukemia is low. So if you find a CBC where WBC count is very high, ranging from like 20, 30,000 to 300,000, there is anemia, moderate to severe anemia, and there is thrombocytopenia. This is a very serious finding on the CBC, which needs further evaluation. So look for the WBC count. It's differential. Most of the time, the automated machine, they read blast as normal cell count. So you will find that either the neutrophil count is very high or the even lymphocyte count will be very high. And then the monocyte count will be raised in comparison to normal. In normal procedure, in basic step in WBC and CBC in acute leukemia is when one component is high, of course this is the leukemic cell, it will suppress all other normal component of the CBC. Like if the WBC, the neutrophil count of the CBC, of the total WBC count is very high, say out of 200,000 is 150,000 is the neutrophil count, you will find that lymphocyte will be very low. And similarly, the monocyte count may be elevated. And then the other findings will be of anemia and thrombocytopenia. The next step, you look for reti count. If your reti count is less, and correct it with the anemia. If the reti count is not as per the severity of the anemia, this we call low reti count, and this low reti count is again in favor of leukemia. So if the WBC count is raised, and then majority of this is maybe 80 or 90% is either neutrophil or lymphocyte and monocyte count is also high, and the patient is having anemia and thrombocytopenia with decreased retic count are not appropriately elevated, this is acute leukemia. Now we asked for peripheral blood film to confirm it. The peripheral blood film, it will confirm that this leukocytosis, this is a normal WBC or it is a blast. So most of the time in acute leukemia, WBC, the blast count is very high, ranging from 20,000 to 90,000 or even more than that. At least minimum we need 20% blast cell in the peripheral blood film to label a patient with acute leukemia. So if the blast count is more than 20% on peripheral blood film, your patient is having anemia, thrombocytopenia with low retic count, this confirms acute leukemia. Now from various old stains like histochemistry and other tests in the peripheral blood film, the hematologist can conclude that acute leukemia, whether it is acute myeloblastic leukemia or acute lymphoblastic leukemia. But most of the time, to confirm this one, we need to have a flow cytometry from this peripheral blood film. And the flow cytometry, it will confirm the myeloblastic and the lymphoblastic type of the leukemia, and then it will also confirm the exact the type of the acute myeloblastic leukemia or the further types of acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So after immunophenotyping, you are sure this is which type of leukemia and what is the subtype of that. The last point left is now in all the hematology labs that for any patient who is confirmed from immunophenotyping, it will confirm the leukemia, we need to have cytogenetic studies. These cytogenetic studies and the immunophenotyping result, it will help you in estimating the risk stratification of your patient, whether it is high risk or low risk. And most of the time, it will also guide to have what type of chemotherapy will be more helpful in a particular patient, depending upon the report of immunophenotyping and cytogenetic, and of course the age and other factors of the patient. So this is the classical leukemia diagnosis. The other less common types of leukemia, what we call aleukemic leukemia. It is called aleukemic leukemia because the WBC count may be within the normal range. So when you encounter such thing where WBC count is within the normal range and patient is surely having anemia and thrombocytopenia, again you look for the differential, and the differential may be either of the two, will be maybe 80 or 90% will be either neutrophil or lymphocytes. The monocyte percentage will be high. Again, look for the peripheral blood film. It may show blast cell. If it is showing more than 20% blast, again acute leukemia. But preferably in this patient, we go for bone marrow aspiration and biopsy. And the two important tests left are immunophenotyping. If the cell count is not that high, we do flow cytometry from the bone marrow aspiration sample, and also we do the cytogenetic to complete the diagnosis, type and subtype of acute leukemia. Another very quite rare type of acute leukemia is what is called hypoplastic acute leukemia. In hypoplastic, it is called because when you see the CBC, it is like pancytopenia. WBC count is low, hemoglobin is low, platelets are low. So this technically, as you know, it's labeled as pancytopenia or aplastic anemia. In aplastic anemia, if you find something abnormality in the differential count, again retic count is expected to be low in that, and you suspect because of any other reason that there may be acute leukemia, we usually go for bone marrow aspiration and biopsy. In this case, peripheral blood film, again it may show the pancytopenia. It may or may not be helpful. But the important investigation in this case will be the bone marrow aspiration and biopsy. If it is leukemia, it will confirm the leukemia, bone marrow infiltration by the leukemic cells, and again we can run bone marrow flow cytometry and cytogenetic studies from the sample of bone marrow aspiration to confirm again type and the subtype of acute leukemia. In addition to the CBC, if we look for the LDH, it will be high in acute leukemia. It supports the diagnosis, and the uric acid will also be high. These, again, all these findings, they help in diagnosing the acute leukemia. So, acute leukemia from peripheral blood film with a quite confidence you can diagnose. The classical leukemia, there is no problem in diagnosing. If WBC count is ranging from 20,000-30,000 to 300,000 or more than that, differential will be more, most of the time either 90 or 80% will be either neutrophil or lymphocyte. Monocyte count will be elevated. There will be anemia and thrombocytopenia, and reti count will be very less. Peripheral blood film will confirm the presence of the blast, and immunophenotyping, it will confirm the type and subtype of acute leukemia, and then cytogenetic studies, it will also again reconfirm the diagnosis, and there are some genetic abnormality which are associated with good or the bad prognosis. So this is, from all these procedures you can diagnose and have a risk stratification of your leukemia patients with quite good confidence. And most of the time 90% of acute leukemia diagnosis is from the CBC and peripheral blood film. I hope this information will help you. Very simple, easy way to diagnose leukemia from CBC. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.